What's been missing from our conversation, at least until very recently, is questions about the physical limitations and consequences. Because generative AI is not just another app. It requires enormous computational power to train models and then enormous ongoing computing power to run them at scale, storing and processing vast amounts of data across massive server infrastructure. What to users feels like a sophisticated piece of software on their phone or computer is actually powered by an enormous amount of physical infrastructure somewhere else. Everything that exists in the digital world is anchored to something in the physical world. When processing power scales up in the cloud, resource demand scales up on the ground: electricity, water, land, infrastructure. That conversation is incredibly urgent because that's where the cost and the burden to society actually shows up. No matter how futuristic the pitch sounds, the build-out lands somewhere. Somebody's land, somebody's watershed, somebody's roads, and somebody's school district. And when you strip away the futuristic branding and the abstraction, what you have is exactly what you always have. You've got land being cleared, bulldozers, diesel, steel, concrete. The AI and data center issue is different. There's nothing instinctive about server infrastructure or hyperscale computing or cloud architecture. Most people have no natural reference point for what AI is doing, how its data is being harvested and stored, and the average person can't really wrap their minds around what a 40,000-acre industrial development project looks like. And that disconnect creates a really dangerous kind of invisibility, because when the public cannot easily visualize the physical reality, it becomes much easier for enormous industrial systems to expand without meaningful scrutiny. Decisions get made behind closed doors and NDAs become normalized. Resource use becomes abstract. The true scale impact can disappear. And that's one of the most important parts of this whole story, is that this industry has been built from day one on a level of abstraction that prevents most people from fully seeing or emotionally connecting to the real world consequences of what's being built. If you've spent time watching industries like oil and gas, petrochemicals, plastics, a lot of this starts to feel very familiar.